my 6th Walking Dead review of the day, so let's get it started. This one's called Hounded. It's Season 3, Episode 6, and it came out on November 18th, 2012. And it kicks off with Mo and some other guys trying to find Michelle or Manushu. I don't know how to say her name. And they find like a trail, and it was zombie's corpse. And this is actually pretty awesome stuff. What happens is it's engraved go back, but instead like the G and the O are full on, but there's like a walker's back, so that was pretty funny. And she's like, well, it doesn't matter. And one of the guys gets scared. I actually didn't really like this guy. He was a pussy. Well, I was like, don't worry about this. We got this. We can take out. There's no way she's gonna take us down. It's 4-on-1, and we are all loaded with ammo. And then she hops down through the tree, and kills 2 of the other guys, which were pretty much nothings. She gets the other guy, and then she ends up getting shot in the ankle, but Mo chases her, and then it cuts to the theme song afterwards. Then Mo and then Rick is talking to this person, and she says that they found a place that is safe. And Rick's like, huh, you did? Well, she also said that she's been trying to reach this number all day or something. And she said that she found a place that was safe. And I asked if they can take any members of his group. He said that they've lost a lot. And she's probably, I'll take it. I'll see what I can do. I'll talk to her, right, guy. And Rick says that please, you need to talk to this guy. No, let me talk to him. I want to make a compulsive argument. We need to do this. We're dying out here. It's not safe here. But then she hangs up the phone and said she'll call. Well, before that, she said she would call back in a couple hours. In 2 hours, actually. And then Rick goes upstairs and he's all normal again. Talks about how he's going to take down some walkers downstairs and stuff. Burn them. And so he also said that he came to check up on Carl. And then he goes back downstairs. And then Mo and the other guy are still looking for Michelle. I'm just going to keep calling her Michelle. And what happens there is Mo, they say that they're not going to find her. No, Mo tells this kid to get up and says that you need to put her on the line, that they had to take out the guys that she killed so they wouldn't turn into the walkers, and he does. Throughout the episode, Mo tells this guy to get more aggressive and stop acting like a pussy, pretty much, and be more of a man, because the governor said you were ready for this, and I thought that was good stuff. And then what happens next is back in the town, Andrea talks to Philip about what happened last night, how she didn't like the fight, that it was gruesome, and he's like, he's sorry, and stuff. And she said that she wants to stay here and she wants to contribute like everybody else is, and she wants to be on the wall because she's always a good shot. And he's like, do you know how to work a bow and arrow? And she's like, I can learn. And he says that he'll hook her up with helping her learn. And then the next scene that happens, I think Herschel comes downstairs, and talks about how Lori has apologized for everything that ever happened, and she was gonna say that she was sorry, but I guess but yeah, obviously she never got the chance. Um, and Rick tells Herschel about this new camp. At first I thought this campground was gonna be at that town, and he tells Herschel about it, and he doesn't want anyone to know yet because he wants to see if they can get in first. And Herschel then afterwards leaves. Um, then Andrea and this other girl who knows how to shoot the bow and arrows is guarding the wall, and she talks about all the situation that have gone on with her. Um, and then a walker pops up, and she's like, "Watch how it's done," and she fails. I don't even think she really knows how to use that thing because she keeps missing. Um, I mean, yeah, people miss, but Dale could have taught her how to do that. So then eventually Andrew's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. I got it." And she jumps over the wall, which you're not supposed to do, and stabs the walker or the biter. I don't know why they call them like weird stuff. Um, the walkers I think are better, not the biters. That's just, I guess that fits more into, but I think the walkers are better. And the girl's like, "What are you doing? I had him. You're not supposed to jump off the wall." She freaks out. So then the governor calls her in about it, and she's like, "I know why you're calling me in here because um, of what I did. I jumped over the wall. My bad. I just thought thought I had it." And Phillips says that they don't need you guarding the wall anymore, and then Andrea admits that she likes the fight. And that she wants to and that she just hates the fact that she did like the fights. And then Philip says, "And do you like me?" Says, "You also like me because you stayed to tell me about this." Um, and then so then it kind of starts getting into floating time, and you're gonna see what happens. But then the people call Rick back, um, and they talk about how he has a group. And he asks if he ever killed anyone. He says he killed any people that got away with the group, and he goes on the list of people he killed, like some of the prisoners and Shane. Um, and then Rick says, and then they ask how Rick's wife died, and he's like, "How did you know I had a wife?" And he's like, "I'd rather not talk about that." Um, and they even said that. Then they explained it by saying because you have a son and a newborn baby. And then they stop talking, and then they hang up again. It was just weird. And then Philip and Andrea are having a drink, and what happens there is they start flirting with each other, talk about how everything's all nice. It's so nice being with whiskey and stuff like that. Just they eventually become a couple. Andrea kisses him, and they become a couple. That's kind of the gist of it. And it gets more stuff happens with that. But then Mo is looking for Michelle or Manushku, and Mo and Neil. That's what he calls him, but they pronounced his last name. And I'm gonna look up how to pronounce his last name. Let me see if I. And he had asked him to this guy Neo how to pronounce his last name. He says Gargulio, and that becomes a recurring thing. and eventually Michelle attacks Mo and Neil, and the numbers game catches up to her, and Merle's getting ready, and Merle gets busted open a little bit, and then walkers come up and try to attack them, and Michelle kills them, and then Neil kills the ones that are trying to attack Merle. Well, he kills one of them, Merle kills the other, and then they say well, I guess we gotta go back, because Merle's just gonna say that, is gonna lie and say that Michelle that they got Michelle, because they said that she's pretty much as good as dead because she's wounded and she's going into like red territory where walkers are. And then Neo doesn't want to do this. He finally gets the courage to do this. He's like, let's go get her. We did this task. Let's finish it. We're gonna bring her back. And he asks how to pronounce his name again, and he's like, I like your courage, kid. And then he shoots him. He kills him, which was awesome. And then Michelle gets into a town, pretty much where Rick's group is, and Glenn and Maggie pull up, and they were getting more, what's it called? Not vitamins. More stuff for the baby. I forget what it's called though, and I even said it last time. But Merle comes up, and he finds them, and talks about his hand, and Glenn is like, well, and he wants to know if his brother, if Dale's still alive, and they say he is, and they want him to take him to him. And Glenn refuses. He says, we'll just bring him back to you. And he's like, what, you don't trust me? So then they go to shoot each other. And Glenn and Michelle was watching all this too. And Merle has a gun pointed at Maggie and forces Glenn to go drive somewhere. And they do. They eventually drive back to Woodbury. And doing this, Philip and Andrea were having sex. And Merle comes in, and they're going to negotiate a deal to take out the, they're going to negotiate a deal to have Maggie and Glenn give away the group's location. Then eventually, there were a person finally calls back, and it was Lori. The person calls back for Rick, and it was Lori. Talked about how she loved him, and Rick said that he loved her, and he's like, I should have made things right with you. I always meant to. I tried to keep you safe. That was my one goal. And he just starts crying. And Lori wants them to call the baby and the whole group safe. And Rick comes up and starts holding his baby. This is the first time I think he's held his baby. And it's a girl. And Dale and Carl and one of the prisoners were downstairs, and Dale was telling the story about his mom used to smoke cigarettes in bed, and eventually one day their brother Merle and Dale and all their friends and stuff heard the sirens, and they just wanted to see what was going on, and they found out that the mother was smoking cigarettes in bed and had died, and yeah, that was kind of nice scene. And then Dale and Carl apologize, and Carl told for the losses of their mothers, and Carl admits that she had to put Lori out of her misery. And then we find out that there was a walker that had come up and got stabbed by Carol's knife, and I think Dale thinks this is strange, so there was this walker that kept banging on the door, I guess trying to get out, but then we find out that it isn't a walker, it was Carol. She actually did survive, which was a shock. I was shocked, and it ends with this nice happy moment with Carol surviving, and Dale carrying her back to safety, and Rick carrying his baby. And then we see Michelle pop up, and Rick and her become face to face for the first time, and that's how the episode ended. I know this isn't the greatest review ever, but I reviewed 6 of these today, and I'm kind of a little drawn out, a little burnt out, I guess I could say, from doing all these reviews of Walking Dead. I think this is going to be my final one of the day, mainly because it's like 11:04 right now. So, next week, I'll be back to do more Walking Dead reviews. Either that, or I might think about making one this week, this Thursday. Because these shows are just so fun to watch, and I think it's good. I'm at least, getting there. It's a struggle, but I'm getting there. But good stuff. I watched 6 episodes, and I've enjoyed almost every single one. These past 2 episodes, I like this episode though. Actually, it just wasn't as good as the others. It was good though. Way better than the last one. The last one was awful. But yeah, kind of now wish that the last episode though they kind of did do the Thriller dance for the walkers, because that would have been hilarious. And but then again, I don't really think they want comedy in this show. And I wonder what's going to happen with Glenn and Maggie with all that situation. And if they're going to be able... Well, they can leave. I mean, they have that option. But we're going to see what happens with that.